What if the strangest places on Earth were never beyond humanity's reach, but had always existed right before our eyes? A landscape is quietly disappearing. A desert still echoes the memory of an ancient ocean. A mountain preserves the floor of a prehistoric sea. These are more than extraordinary landscapes. They reveal how Earth continues to change in ways far beyond anything humanity has ever imagined. At first glance, this place looks like an ocean that has been turned into sand. White sand dunes stretch across nearly 600 square miles along the northeastern coast of Brazil. Yet amid this arid landscape, thousands of freshwater lagoons appear every year. Lençóis Maranhenses is one of the largest coastal dune systems in South America. White quartz sand dunes rise as high as 130 feet and continuously shift under the influence of the trade winds. Each year, some dunes advance as much as 80 feet farther inland. But what makes this place truly unique lies between the sandy valleys. Every rainy season, water collects above an impermeable layer of sediment, forming thousands of freshwater lagoons. In 2025, researchers documented that some species here can survive for months within the dry mud, waiting for the seasonal lagoons to return. Although it is constantly reshaped by wind and water, the site has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Within its protected boundaries, more than 4,000 residents across 58 small communities continue to fish and graze livestock in a landscape that never stops shifting. Beneath the white dunes that seem devoid of life, lungfish lie dormant throughout the dry season. When the lagoons return, an entire world awakens with them. Amid sand, water, and wind, Lençóis Maranhenses reveals that nature still follows rules beyond our ability to predict. For centuries, this vast land at the edge of the Arctic seemed almost unchanged. Ice still covers the horizon, while freezing winds continue to sweep across ancient coastal bluffs. Yet beneath this quiet landscape, the ground itself is slowly disappearing. Along the coastline, 130-foot bluffs expose ancient ice wedges and strange depressions formed as frozen ground thaws. Amid the Arctic mist, the absolute silence is often shattered by the thunderous sound of ice cracking deep beneath the ground. Chukotka is one of the most isolated regions on Earth. Covering more than 285,000 square miles, it is larger than the U.S. state of Texas. Although it belongs to Russia, the entire region sits on the North American tectonic plate. At its closest point, Alaska lies only 55 miles from Chukotka across the Bering Strait. The distance between two superpowers is sometimes shorter than an ordinary morning commute, but the most remarkable changes are taking place beneath people's feet. Satellite data from 2021 confirmed that Chukotka is rapidly turning greener as shrubs spread across the tundra. At the same time, field measurements show that the ground in many areas is permanently subsiding by as much as 1 inch per year as ancient permafrost melts. Humans have also left a profound mark on this place. More than $1 billion was invested to improve local living conditions. Yet by 2020, coastal residents still had to document more than 350 pieces of industrial debris washing ashore, threatening their traditional food sources. The ground is permanently subsiding by 1 inch every year as ancient permafrost melts. Beneath the grass, a terrifying transformation is quietly unfolding. In the place where Russia and the United States are closer than most people imagine, the ground beneath their feet is disappearing first. Off the Algarve coast, a stone dome large enough to contain a 50-story building lies hidden beneath the coastal cliffs. Sunlight pours through a circular opening at the top of the cave, illuminating the isolated golden beach below. Standing before this scene feels like looking into a secret world that has just been unlocked. Over thousands of years, the Atlantic Ocean has continuously carved into the coastal limestone. The cave lies only about the length of 2 American football fields from the shore. Yet it remains completely separated from the world above. What makes this place unique is not its size, but the way it was formed. Geologists have confirmed that it is the only sea cave in the region created by simultaneous erosion from both the cliff sides and from above, forming a giant eye in the center of the dome. When the sun reaches its highest point, the beam of light shining through the opening resembles an ancient skylight being illuminated. Bands of rock in multiple shades become vividly visible, transforming the cave into a space unlike any other sea cave in the Algarve. Yet beneath this peaceful scene flow ocean currents powerful enough for the Portuguese authorities to prohibit visitors from setting foot on the sandy beach inside the cave. Amid a sea that never stops carving the rock, people continue searching for ways to reach this place. Amid Iceland's volcanic landscape, Kerið opens like a vast natural amphitheater, covering an area nearly the size of 2 American football fields. Rust-red crater walls embrace a deep turquoise lake, contrasted by vibrant green moss, making the entire crater resemble the eye of the world. Standing on the rim, every gust of wind makes each step feel fragile. This oval-shaped crater stretches 885 feet in length and descends nearly as deep as an 18-story building. At the bottom, the cold lake is directly connected to the groundwater table, causing its water level to fluctuate constantly and its blue-green color to change with the seasons and geological conditions. For decades, scientists believed Kerið was formed by a violent volcanic explosion, but geological surveys overturned that theory. After the magma chamber was depleted, the summit of the volcano collapsed into itself, leaving behind the giant bowl that has endured for thousands of years in the Grimsons region. People later transformed this place into an extraordinary open-air stage. In 1987, thousands of spectators listened to music echoing from a floating platform in the middle of the lake. Yet the old stories of blind, puppy-like creatures once seen beneath the cold water have never truly disappeared. Few places on Earth preserve the memory of a self-collapsed volcano while allowing music and mysterious legends to echo together within the same glowing red crater. With every season, the lake changes color once again, and Kerið continues to tell the story of a volcano that disappeared long ago. Amid the mountains of western Bulgaria, Belogradchik stretches for nearly 19 miles, with red rock pillars rising as high as 660 feet, often compared to Europe's version of Monument Valley. Standing within this labyrinth of stone, time itself seems to stand still. Few people realize that these massive rock formations are not the remains of a single catastrophic event. Over the course of 230 to 250 million years, wind, water, and weathering have slowly sculpted the red sandstone and limestone into hundreds of rock pillars resembling people, animals, and towering structures, as though nature had carved them by its own hand. An even greater surprise came when humans arrived. Instead of cutting through the rocks to build defenses, they used the towering cliffs as natural fortifications, creating Belogradchik Fortress, which has endured for centuries within terrain that was almost impossible to conquer. To this day, every rock pillar is associated with its own legend. When mist blankets the valley and the setting sun paints the cliffs deep red, it becomes difficult to distinguish where geology ends, history begins, and mythology takes over. What makes Belogradchik truly unique is not only its millions of years old rock pillars, but also a fortress protected by nature's own masterpiece. Along Namibia's Atlantic coast, the Skeleton Coast stretches for 310 miles, while the national park covers nearly 6,200 square miles, almost the size of the entire state of Connecticut. Towering golden dunes plunge directly into the ocean, where the cold Kasimbo fog wraps around shipwrecks scattered along the deserted shoreline. Standing in that silence, the scent of sea salt and the chill of the mist make solitude feel almost tangible. For more than 300 miles of coastline, the Namib Desert meets the Atlantic Ocean with almost no transition between them. Annual rainfall rarely exceeds 0.4 inch, yet the Kasimbo fog continuously carries moisture inland from the sea, creating one of the harshest environments in Africa. At first glance, this landscape seems incapable of supporting any large mammals. Yet every day, elephants, lions, and black rhinos survive by following succulent vegetation or digging into the sand to reach groundwater. Their remarkable adaptation has turned the Skeleton Coast into a living testament to survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Humans have also paid a heavy price for confronting this coastline. In 1942, while attempting to rescue the 106 people aboard the Dunedin Star, the sea claimed another tugboat, an aircraft, and 2 rescuers. Decades later, new ships continue to run aground, as though this coastline has never stopped demanding its own price. The Skeleton Coast preserves more than shipwrecks. It also preserves stories where life, nature, and humanity have always come at a cost far greater than anyone expected. The skeleton coast remains a reminder that the sea does not need towering waves to become one of the most terrifying waters on Earth. Along Vietnam's central coast, Ganh Da Dia stretches for more than 1.2 miles, where around 10,005 million-year-old basalt columns fit tightly together to form one of the rarest geological structures on Earth. At first glance, these remarkably uniform stone columns easily give the impression that they were carved by human hands. In reality, everything began as ancient lava cooled extremely slowly. During the natural process of contraction, the basalt fractured into countless nearly identical hexagonal columns, creating one of the most extraordinary geometric formations ever produced by volcanic activity. But what visitors see is only the beginning. The exposed rocky shoreline extends for only about 200 meters, while more than 90% of the entire basalt formation remains hidden beneath the sea, far beyond what can be seen from the coast. For millions of years, ocean waves, monsoon winds, and tides have continued to patiently erode every surface of the rock. Each wave not only polishes the basalt columns but also quietly reshapes them, allowing this landscape to keep evolving, although so slowly that almost no one can perceive the change. Ganh Da Dia is not a monument that has already been completed. It is a geological masterpiece that the ocean continues to sculpt, one wave at a time, across timescales far beyond a human lifetime. Some natural wonders were created in the distant past, but Ganh Da Dia is still being shaped by nature, right here in the present. Amid western Madagascar, Tsingy de Bemaraha covers an area larger than the land area of Los Angeles. Millions of razor-sharp limestone pinnacles fill the horizon, reflecting sunlight like giant blades. Just a few steps are enough to make anyone feel as though they have entered a world not meant for life. Few people realize that this labyrinth of stone began as Jurassic limestone. The Bemaraha Plateau stretches for about 155 miles and covers nearly 590 square miles, where millions of years of weathering have carved canyons almost 1,000 feet deep, transforming a massive block of rock into one of the densest networks of stone towers found anywhere on Earth. That harsh landscape has become a natural shield for life. Scientists continue to document new species, while 11 species of lemurs have turned the knife-edged pinnacles into pathways that only they can truly master. For centuries, almost no one could pass through this stone fortress. It was not until 1984 that the first scientific expeditions opened a route into the area, before its southern section was protected as a national park in 1997. The most astonishing secret lies beneath the sharp limestone pinnacles. The enormous canyons are actually the collapsed roofs of ancient cave systems, exposing the rocky skeleton of the Earth. Tsingy de Bemaraha continues to change in silence, where every limestone pinnacle keeps telling a story that time has been writing for millions of years. Where the borders of 3 South American countries meet, Mount Roraima rises like a giant island above a sea of clouds. Its summit is covered with dark sandstone, crystal valleys, and bizarre rock formations that resemble an alien world. The silence here makes every footstep sound like the only noise left in existence. Mount Roraima is one of the oldest sandstone formations on Earth, formed about 2 billion years ago. Its flat summit covers nearly 12 square miles, roughly the size of Manhattan Island, while sheer cliffs rising more than half a mile high have turned the entire mountain into a colossal fortress, isolated from the surrounding lowlands for millions of years. This isolated world has nurtured species found nowhere else, most notably the Roraima bush toad, which curls its body into a ball to roll away from predators. A DNA study published in 2012 also revealed that many animals on the summit continued exchanging genetic material with populations in the lowlands far longer than scientists had previously believed. In 1884, Sir Everard Thurn became the first person to record a successful ascent of the mountain. More than a century later, field surveys discovered Helicobacter pylori bacteria in its pristine water sources, suggesting that human influence has reached even places once considered completely isolated. Yet its greatest secret does not lie on the summit. This 2-billion-year-old massif has remained standing as continents drifted apart and even as the dinosaurs disappeared from the Earth. Roraima preserves more than an ancient landscape. It safeguards a chapter of Earth's history that has yet to be fully told. Amid the Rocky Mountains of northern Oman, a chasm as deep as 3 Empire State Buildings opens beneath your feet. Layers of limestone shift in color from pale gray to red sandstone, creating the feeling of a world beyond Earth. From the edge of the cliff, the valley floor nearly disappears from view. This is Jebel Shams, the highest mountain in Oman and home to Wadi Nakr, the canyon often called the Grand Canyon of Arabia. Towering rock walls plunge to the valley floor, forming one of the most dramatic landscapes on the Arabian Peninsula. What few people realize is that the roads here run across the floor of a sea that disappeared about 90 million years ago. Fossilized corals, crinoids, and exposed layers of stromatolites still rest on the rock surface, preserving the history of an ancient ocean. Humans have also left their mark across this harsh terrain. In the village of Saab Bani Kamsi, stone houses and terraced fields cling to rocky outcrops suspended above the void. In the distance, Egyptian vultures seem to glide silently across the sky. Jebel Sham's greatest secret lies not in its height or its depth, but in the fact that this entire landscape once lay beneath the waters of an ancient ocean. This place shows that Earth's history is sometimes preserved not in museums, but on mountaintops. Amid the Pamir Mountains, Lake Karakul lies in silence within a giant meteorite crater on the roof of the world. Its surface constantly shifts from deep blue to jet black beneath passing clouds, surrounded by barren, ice-covered mountains that resemble a desolate planet. The stillness here makes time itself seem to stand still. At an elevation of about 12,800 feet, Lake Karakul sits entirely within a meteorite impact crater nearly 32 miles wide and approximately 750 feet deep. Its elevation surpasses most peaks in the Rocky Mountains, making it one of the world's highest brackish lakes and one of the few ancient impact craters that has preserved its original form. Karakul's meteoritic origin was not widely accepted by the scientific community until modern satellite imagery revealed its nearly perfect circular structure. Within its harsh brackish waters, only one native fish species, Triplophysa lacusnigri, has adapted to survive in conditions that are almost inhospitable to life. From 2014 to 2018, Lake Karakul hosted the world's highest sailing regatta. Competitors faced not only the thin mountain air but also sudden alpine winds capable of changing direction within seconds, transforming the tranquil lake into a dangerous arena. Behind its deadly silence lies an unpredictable force. Afternoon windstorms can become powerful enough to sweep nomads' tents away from the lakeshore. Karakul preserves more than the scars of a meteorite impact. It reminds us that silence sometimes conceals the most formidable power of all. Covering 46 square miles, this landscape is nearly the same size as the city of San Francisco. Wind-eroded Yardang rock formations stretch to the horizon, resembling castles, temples, watchtowers, and forgotten cities. Beneath the relentless desert winds, the landscape feels more like another world than Earth. Berho Ghost City lies within a vast desert basin, with its central scenic area covering nearly 6 square miles. Powerful winds regularly race through narrow rock corridors at speeds ranging from 55 to more than 73 miles per hour. As the airflow is forced through hollow cavities in the rocks, it creates haunting sounds that echo across the desert. Millions of years ago, this place was once a vast freshwater lake. Over time, the water gradually receded. The enormous lake that once dominated this landscape disappeared, leaving behind a world of stone that the wind continues to sculpt to this day. Scientists have also discovered dinosaur fossils in the area, preserving evidence of ecosystems that existed long before the desert was formed. People today interact with this landscape in unusual ways. Visitors travel among the rock formations aboard buses designed to resemble train carriages and often search for the famous rock formation shaped like the Titanic sailing across a sea of sand. The most remarkable truth about this place lies in both its past and its sound. A vast freshwater lake disappeared, leaving behind thousands of stone towers where fierce winds still howl across the desert. Here, water has become stone, and silence has become sound. Earth's story continues in places where very few people have ever set foot. Every landscape preserves a different chapter of this planet. And that story has not yet reached its final page. The next chapter is still waiting to be discovered.